Hello, Mr. Green, and welcome to my AP Euro video, the first one of many that will be on this Prezi. And it is a video simulating a World War I battle using the game engine provided by Men of War. It is a video game that is based in World War II, but thanks to modifications can be placed in World War I. I have set up a mock battle here against a attacking German force and a defending British force. I believe in this battle that the British will win, and I will be going over here in a moment of the troops that both sides have. They will be done with some music, with the British Grenadier song and the Ein Schlieffen, ein sich fahren for the Germans, and I'll go over and describe what each force has. This battle is not completely historically accurate, as the Germans are using extremely large numbers of tanks, which were not seen at all, really, during the First World War, as tanks were really crap. And, they didn't work well, they had many bugs. Actually, the German tank was made from a tractor factory, and was made out of a tractor engine, would break down a lot. Same with the Germans. Same with the American and French and British tanks as well, which would break down a lot. So I will start up the music here, hopefully. And we shall have ourselves a merry old time. I shall go over the attacking Germans first. Our German force today has 5 AV-7 Sturmpanzer groups, each holding within them 12 riflemen who will be deployed once they reach the battlefield. They are using a wolf pack here of captured Mark IV British tanks. Both tanks have 57mm main guns. The German tank has one on the front, and the British have 2 on either side in casemates, hardened casemates. The German force here are using R98Ks with bayonets that shot a 7.62mm bullet, and since this video game features realistic ballistics, we should be seeing that used properly. The tanks also have anti-infantry machine guns pointing out of their sides and their rear to defend against infantry attacks. The German force is also supported by 122mm guns. It has I believe, 12 122mm guns that, at the start of the battle, will shell the British front lines. Now for just a quick little look over it, with me being quiet as I talk too much. That will conclude the British force overview. Next, I shall show you the British. The Germans, sorry. My first time doing this. Could you really believe it? Next, we shall review the British force. The British force is using their wonderful Lee Enfields, as they all have rifles. There were no real reliable machine guns at this time, and have the support of Maxim guns on platforms with 75mm artillery pieces supporting them as well. They have Vickers guns in the little foxhole emplacements along their trench line. There are, I would estimate, over a couple hundred British forces here holding this line, and they will be thinned out by that German artillery barrage. There are 4 trench sections with the same emplacement with Vickers, infantrymen ready to fire, and Maximus on those stands. is defended by barbed wire and anti-infantry obstacles. Behind them, they have a secondary line that has 2 trench sections. It is fortified with more British infantry and Vickers guns in the little trench machine gun positions, supported by MLE 1917 155mm artillery pieces, 4 of them. These are what I believe the British will come out victorious, as when the Germans advance, these artillery guns will open fire upon the German advancing force. Behind this line, there are 3 Mark IV tanks, ready to come in for support if need be. Now for a quick little atmospheric look on everything, because I like pretty and I talk too much. Listen to music and enjoy. Now, let the battle begin. I will start up this scenario. I'm going to put rain and, darker weather on, so it looks more like a World War I typical battle where everything was smoggy, dark, and horrible, as war is not pleasant. It may get loud due to the rainfall, and I apologize for any damage to your ears. Scenario starting, I will initiate this with a German bombardment.
Fire at infantry!
There will be loud explosions, sir, so be prepared for any loud explosions, and I hope they are not ear-breakingly loud for you.
Let them have it! They've taken up position! Get ready, enemies ahead! Don't wanna die!
The British have just lost one of their field tanks.
Keep moving!
This artillery barrage will be substantially shorter than it would be historically, as I am not here to waste your time, and you are not here to have your time wasted. So I will cancel the rest of the artillery barrages and move forward the German force.
Get back out there!
German force's objective is to take all the British lines quickly and effectively. Tell them all to move forward first, sadly. I will also be controlling British forces to give them a bit more of an edge.
Enemies ahead! I don't have any rounds! Fire! Outflank them! Give them hell! No! Contact! Give them hell! Fire at enemies ahead! Damn it! Enemies ahead! Direct fire! Get back out there! Fire! Fire at infantry!
And the German tanks are making it through with their superior speed. Their armor is much weaker than tanks of nowadays. A single cannon detonate their magazines.
Got it, sir.
Got it, sir! Got it, sir!
Some troops to move up again, sadly.
Jawohl!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Keep moving! Yes, sir. Targets in the open! Enemy fire! Go! Keep on! Keep moving!
Nehmt sie unter Feuer, das Feuer! Nehmt sie unter Feuer!
I apologize again for any of my shaky camera-ness and all that, sir, as I feel horribly bad if I give you a migraine during this entire debacle. I hope this is going to be enjoyable for you, as it is very enjoyable for me to do this.
Enemy is ahead. Got it, sir.
During this small time before the German force advances again, British forces will probably not regroup. They just got detonated there.
Yes, sir.
Forces must regroup before German forces advance forward again. They will undoubtedly do.
Got it, sir.
Follow me!
Enemy is ahead.
I apologize once again for any shaky camera-ness that I made. As I'm not trying to give you, or if you're watching this with your wife, a migraine.
Get ready, gents.
British line has been almost completely crippled in the middle, and thus I have to start repurposing their units to try and have them hold out.
Verstanden! Verstanden! Jawohl!
Got it, sir.
British forces are moving up to retake their trench line. Any final German assault will begin now.
I need help! Hey, got it, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Got it, sir.
Let him have it!
Yes, sir.
Fire and infantry! Got him! Get ready, gents! Get ready! Keep open and
Enemy is ahead.
King and country!
Excuse me as I do some troubleshooting.
Get ready, gents.
Go!
Let the battle commence.
Fire and infantry! Let him have it! Pour it on him! Get up, go! Targets in the air!
Противник по правому борту!
Help!
Troubleshooting.
Country!
Sorry. I hope this is still very much enjoyable. Sir, as we will take a look at the events of what has happened here, I will bring up the smog, and I shall cease the battle. There are still troops alive, but I think now is time to do a nice overview of this, as we will see what warfare was like at this time. I will switch a few things up so we look at the battlefield as a neutral party. The dead are numerous on the battlefield. As you'd say, there's no real victors as the cannons loom on in the background. These dead men are littered everywhere all across the battlefield. It all depends on your perspective of who wins and loses in this scenario. The World War I generals thought if I lost less men than my enemy, then I am the victor, but clearly this would not be the case, as this battle on such a small scale is easily wiped out at least one entire town and boatload of people. They're dead everywhere in the trenches, and there are the unidentifiable corpses that are remaining. So, not only are there corpses that you can tell are corpses, there are also bodies that have just been turned into mush by the shells. I will finish this up and conclude this with a final statement on the World War I conflicts and battles before letting you move on to the next slide. Battles that happened during the First World War were extremely bloody and massively used the artillery to its greatest extent, as well as machine guns. The machine guns during the war would cut down, as you saw and as I demonstrated, huge throws of enemies. It would be like taking a sickle to barley fields and wheat fields. You just could cut down hordes of enemies, and as you said in class once, one man could kill 600 people, theoretically, as he could shoot 600 rounds a minute. You could kill 600 people in a minute. The artillery could wipe out even more, depending on where it hit and how effective the shooter was. But in the broad spectrum of things, the conflict, even with tanks, would end with extremely numerous amounts of casualties on both sides. There were, in my opinion, there was never any real true victor during these battles, as they were extremely bloody. And in the end, the war ended mainly because one side could no longer fight the other economically. But that's history, and this is end of war. All my other videos that you'll be seeing will be me demonstrating conflict. The next video you will see by me will be the German, as I demonstrate German and Italian vehicles and strategies, most likely just German, during the Second World War and against, I believe, the Polish. I'll be showing off Germans versus the Polish and Italians versus Americans later on. And then next video after that, you will see me fighting off a German assault with American troops, or something like that. We will see in the future. Thank you, Mr. Green, for watching. This is my first time recording videos and doing this. So if I've been annoying, or if you flat out couldn't hear me, I hope it's been fun, because I am completely and utterly terrified at this moment in time. I will be seeing you in the next video. Have a nice night, sir, and Godspeed throughout the rest of not only my project, but everyone else's that you will be doing. And give my regards to the missus.